Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Marley Burrow, and you're watching some Halo Reach gameplay. This is going to be the last time you will ever see Halo Reach gameplay on my channel. Well, probably the last time, because Halo 4 comes out tonight. I'm going to the midnight release because I don't work today, so I'll be fresh and not tired from work and be able to go to midnight release. But I do work tomorrow, so I guess that kind of ruins it. I'm going to have to, get Halo, and right when I come home, probably just play a match or two and then go to sleep. But regardless, this will probably be the last time you ever see Halo Reach on my channel. So this is Big Team Deathmatch, and I think I go or Big Team Battles, whatever the hell it's called. I think I go like 15-5 or 16-5 or something. I don't know. But there's a nice little sniper spree at the end. But I wanted this video to be relatively long because this is a topic that I kind of want to talk about and have wanted to talk about for a while now, and that's what will be Game of the Year for 2012. The reason why, I guess my inspiration for this video came from a few other people on YouTube, putting up what will be Game of the Year 2012 videos, because really it's 2012 is not a good year so far. I mean, there's big titles like Halo 4 and Black Ops 2 and such, but really it's just not, it's really not looking good, especially compared to last year. So what I'm going to do for what I think Game of the Year for 2012 will be, I wrote down a whole list of games that have, or at least a list of games that I think actually have somewhat of a chance, or at least mainstream enough to be known by, my viewers, so you guys actually know them. I could have put games that are flat out not known that came out this year. I mean, like Lollipop Chainsaw, not that that's really not well known, but it doesn't really stand a chance for Game of the Year, I don't think, so obviously that's not going to be on the list. I guess this is more of games that kind of sort of stand somewhat of a chance of winning some kind of Game of the Year title, whether it be Game of the Year in general or first person shooter of the year. You know how sites do it. So let's go ahead and dive into this list and see what I came up with. First, I have Halo 4 on the list. Obviously that's probably, I don't remember the last time a first person shooter won Game of the Year. I think Call of Duty 4 did back in 2007. So I mean, but other than that, I think Halo 4 has somewhat of a good chance to really come through and maybe give, first-person shooters another shot at Game of the Years. I think it will at least be nominated, but I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Usually, it seems like most of the time, Game of the Years go towards RPGs, because RPGs, you kind of get your money's worth way more than a first-person shooter. So, but I guess we'll just see what happens. Next on the list is Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 2. I don't think that'll be Game of the Year at all, but I decided to put it on there anyway. I think that Black Ops 2 is by far going to be the most innovative Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, because it's in just a brand new setting and set in 2025 or whatever it is, and the weapons seem pretty innovative, seem pretty innovative due to like the futuristic style of them. And I don't know. I guess we'll just see what happens. But I've never been this excited for a Call of Duty game as I am for Black Ops 2, just because it's something somewhat original for once in the Call of Duty franchise. So I don't know. I guess we'll just see what happens. Next, not that I really think this has a chance to win Game of the Year, but this is just a list of games that came out this year that you even have to choose from. That'd be Gotham City Imposters. That was a downloadable game, but hell, the Gotham City Imposters is almost better than some of the $60 games that came out this year, and it's sad that we almost have to revert to games like that, because it's just 2012 just hasn't had a lot to offer. I mean, what's come out this year? Next on Prototype 2, you guys probably even forgot that came out. I mean, and because Prototype 2 didn't even sell that well, that studio that made Prototype shut down. They're bankrupt. They're not even making games anymore. So it's just, I don't know what is there to come out. Also, Mass Effect 3, that came out in March. That won't be Game of the Year for me, at least. That I didn't like Mass Effect 3. I mean, well, I enjoyed, I guess, the adventure of it until it got to the end, just like every other person. But just because Mass Effect 3 didn't live up to my expectations doesn't mean the franchise didn't live up to my expectations. If that makes sense, I just don't think as a franchise it's a broken franchise. I would go on Metacritic and people were, putting their reviews there saying this is broke the franchise for me. I don't even like Mass Effect anymore. I don't even like this, and that's a little harsh. I don't think the Mass Effect franchise is a great franchise. I don't think that the conclusion to it should ruin the entire experience that you had from it. Like, if the last 15 minutes of a game are going to ruin the overall, 250 hours, I'm going to say, is maybe how long the Mass Effect 3 series is altogether. If you put everything into it, I guess. If 15 minutes of your 250-hour experience, and you let 15 minutes ruin that for you, that's sad. I don't think that's really that. That's not a gamer. That's just shitty gamer talk, really. You're a gamer that wants more of a conclusion than an experience. So next is Dishonored. That probably has a chance. I think that was the most innovative thing to come out this year. I feel like it was the BioShock of this year, not just in the sense that it has that steampunk kind of feel, but because it was innovative in the sense that, you have one thing going on in this hand and one thing going on in the other hand, one for power, one for this, and the gameplays were similar, and it was, I don't know, it was definitely just a surprise hit, I think, for most people, and even for me. So, and next is Assassin's Creed 3. I just picked up Assassin's Creed 3. That doesn't deserve to be Game of the Year. I'm not saying it's a bad game by any sense, but that doesn't, or by any means, but that, if Assassin's Creed 3 rules the year like it did at E3, like for instance at E3, Assassin's Creed 3 was winning everything. It was winning best third-person action game, best role-playing game, best game of E3, it was just winning everything. And if it runs the year like it did E3, I guess we'll see. Assassin's Creed 3 will be Game of the Year. I'm just letting you know that now. And really, I don't think it deserves Game of the Year. I might even do a little bit of a review. I don't know. I have a lot of plans that are going in my mind for what I want to do for the channel, but I don't know. We'll just see what happens, but I just don't think Assassin's Creed 3 is that great of a game. Now, next on the list is the game that I actually would put in my nominees for Game of the Year 2012, and that game is Borderlands 2. I think a lot of people might seem surprised when I mention that Borderlands 2 could easily be a Game of the Year nominee, but you know why it has a chance to be my Game of the Year nominee? Because it's fun. It's all about fun. The game doesn't depend on graphics or sound design or character animations or any. It doesn't depend on that for it to be a good game. It depends on its gameplay and how it presents itself in general for it to be fun. It's just a game with a lot of guns and explosions and just fun with your friends and cool style. It's not depending on anything else but itself to make it a great game. I guess if that makes sense. Like for instance, Halo 4, awesome graphics, the soundtrack is the highest selling soundtrack in gaming history, this and this and this, and Borderlands wasn't that. It just depended on what makes games fun, which is playing with your friends and shooting stuff and just mindless fun is what Borderlands was. And that's why it has a chance to be that's why it has the chance to be Game of the Year for me, because that's what it was. It was just fun. It themed itself well, and it did a good job at it. I gotta shoot down the rest of the list real quick because I'm running out of time here. Far Cry 3, that might be a surprise hit for me. I've been paying attention to that game since it got announced. I think last year's E3 or something like that, but that game has a chance. That's going to be a surprise hit. Nobody's even paying attention to that. I don't even think. It definitely has a chance to be a Game of the Year in my decision, or in my opinion. Dragon's Dogma, that came out in May. I didn't really get into that game. I played the demo, but I didn't like it too much. But I have a friend who still plays it to this day. Like, that's all he does is just play Dragon's Dogma, and power to him. I guess if you got your money's worth and the experience that you wanted out of a game, then cool. Next, Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That doesn't really have a chance, I don't think. I played it I bought it actually, and I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's Game of the Year material. Same with Diablo 3. I bought that, enjoyed it, but I didn't buy it. I actually got it as a present, but I don't really think it's definitely it's probably my PC Game of the Year, just because I don't play a lot of PC games other than like free Steam games, but regardless, it's a fun game, but when it doesn't work that bad at launch and it's such a big title and it's shitty. Max Payne 3, that actually has a chance to be Game of the Year, not only for me, but I feel like a lot of people are really thinking that Max Payne 3 has a chance to be Game of the Year, because it just lived up to expectations. Resident Evil 6, no, that doesn't have a chance to be Game of the Year. Not that it's bad, but it's just not good. Here's a game that you guys probably don't even remember and will probably be a Game of the Year nominee for me, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. don't know if I said Kingdoms right. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I'm sorry, my throat gets dry and I just can't even talk after talking straight for 10 minutes. But that game is definitely a Game of the Year nominee for me. It was amazing, and I had so much fun with it. Medal of Honor Warfighter, no. Sleeping Dogs, no. Darksiders 2, doubt it. And Spec Ops: The Line, doubt it. But that's just what we have to choose from. You know, compared to last year, you had Skyrim, Uncharted 3, Gears of War 3, every other game that's probably in your game collection, Battlefield 3, Modern Warfare 3, Mortal Kombat. I mean, you just had so many games that had a chance to be Game of the Year. You know, Arkham City, Portal 2. I mean, it's just, I don't know, compared to last year, it's just not looking good for this year in gaming. And it's sad because I always look forward to what will win Game of the Year, and I always hope that it's the game that I'm rooting for, but I'm not even rooting for a certain game to get Game of the Year, because no games are really worth Game of the Year in my opinion. So Game of the Year just seems really irrelevant and just pointless, I guess, this year. But I will be doing a follow-up because I'm going to do a Game of the Year video myself. I'm going to do my Game of the Year for 2012, and that'll probably be my most edited and most entertaining video I've done. I've actually started it now, and I guess you'll just see how it turns out, but it's definitely something I've been working on for a while, and I think you guys are really going to like it, and I've already picked 2 nominees for it. So anyways, if you liked the video, give it a like, and if you liked me, hit that subscribe button, and I'm sure I'll have some Halo 4 gameplay up here in the next few days or so. So I'll catch you guys later. God, I'm dyslexic. Peace.